welcome back or welcome to my channel. Here at Faith and Fragrance, we talk about all the things that lift my spirits and heal my soul, which is my love for fragrances and my love for Jesus Christ. Okay. And today, we about to get into these clean, musky, fragrant. Matter of fact, y'all ain't even say musky. Y'all said clean, fresh. My bad, for the summer. Because y'all said, Deanna, it's summer. It's hot. I'm not trying to smell like a cake. Make it make sense. I hear you. And today I'm here to address it. So today, we're going to get into these fresh, clean fragrances. I'm not about to even hold y'all because I got 10 lined up for y'all. Most of these are under $50. Praise God, because the way the economy is okay, need I not say anymore, all right? But there are a few that are a little bit more on the pricier end. Most of them you're gonna get under 115-ish if you add the tax, plus or minus, carry a one. I don't know. So basically, they all under 150, and I feel like that puts it all within the affordable range. So we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna get into it. Y'all know I be talking too much, so I'm about to be in and out. I'm be like zoop zoop zoop. Okay, I'm gonna stay focused, and then at the end we gonna wrap up with the word of encouragement. Now today's word of encouragement, please stick around for that one, especially if you are somebody who you know that there's something you're supposed to be doing right now in your life, that God has given you an assignment, and you've been tiptoeing around with that thing. You need to stick to the end, because I'm about to tell y'all how he got me together and got my edges snatched, and I need y'all help on this one. I'm gonna be very vulnerable in this video, so if you want to stick around for that, please go ahead and do that. Now, if you are here for the first time and you are not used to me yapping and you're like, hey, you talk too much, just get straight into it, I have come as a servant with the chapter breakdowns for your side of the congregation. I know y'all not here for all the extra. Y'all probably in the back in the balcony somewhere, and I'm happy y'all here. And so for that, please skip to the area you need to go to. I will not be offended. All right. Without further ado, let me get into this. All right. Now, for this first one, of all the fragrances that I'm going to talk about today, I would dare to say that this one is the heaviest. So it's gonna be more on the floral perfumey side than the clean side. But for me, it gives me clean girl vibes, and I feel like it's perfect for the summer. And that is none other than Peace and Love by Lattafa. Okay, Peace and Love. Okay, all right. Now this one, glory to his name. This one you're gonna have to be careful with the sprays though. This one is a beast. And so if you have a sensitive nose, you might want to stick for the other ones. This one might blow you a little bit out if you're not prepared, okay? This one features top notes of bergamot, almond, and blackcurrant, middle notes of rose and tuberose, and base notes of sandalwood, heliotrope, and vanilla. So yes, this one has vanilla in it, but for me, the vanilla is not that strong. It's actually, for me, this comes off as more of a perfumey fragrance to me. And I think it's the heliotrope and the tuberose in this fragrance that gives it more of this powdery, not powdery, but this softer tone that's a little bit more soapy in nature. So that's why it's giving me clean girl vibes, because what it puts me in the mind frame of is somebody who is elegant. She is about her stuff. She's classy. She don't want to be bothered, okay? Don't come with her with the mess. She's not here to tolerate it. She's about her stuff. That's what this one puts me in the mind frame of. And what you're gonna get is you're gonna get that black currant in the opening, right? So it's just a soft fruity, but it, for me, it quickly dissipates. I don't feel the fruits and the vanilla in this one. This one is more floral forward to me and my nose, and that sandalwood is what gives it a creamy feel in the base. But it's just think elegant, perfumey, soapy-ish almost, with a powdery feel and a powdery touch. Now, what I asked ChatGPT to do, I told it to let me know what's the word on the street for some of these fragrances, because I need to know what other people are saying. What are the people saying? So it says many find it extremely close to soy malaquise. I don't know what that is. I ain't never heard of it. I don't know what it's doing. I do find it interesting that it says soy, which is hint hint something in the name of one of the fragrances I'm gonna talk about today. But it says it's with better performance, and this one is a beast for sure. And it says others say it lacks the original chestnut, cacao, and silk effects. I don't know what the original smell like, so I can't say yay or nay. But what I will say is that this one is silky. It does give silky. It says the black currant can become screechy, waxy, or strange for some noses. Okay, so that's just something to keep in mind of, right? I wanted to see what other people are saying about it, because different things smell different to different people. And I could tell you sometimes this one can get a little loud on a good summer day, and I'm like, okay, you doing the most. But at the same time, when I want to be smelled, like when I'm in the mood for beast mode, of all the other ones I'm reaching for, I'm going to reach for this one. And I think what the vanilla does is it just rounds out and smooths out some of those more harsher notes that may be in this. But other than that, I love this one. This is definitely one I recommend for the summer and under that $50 mark. All right, let's move on to the next one. This next one is one that has been growing on me. Now, I can't come here and say that this is a love at the current moment, but it is a like. It's becoming a like. At first, it was a, oh no, you got to go. Then it was like a, you cute, you can stay, you could do your little thing, you know what I mean? And so she stayed in my collection, and that is none other than Rice Milk by Gulf Orchid. Okay, now this one, I put this in this category because apparently it's supposed to be like a dupe of Lattafa or something by Diptyque. Now, I don't remember smelling the original to say if I agree with that being a dupe or not. But what I can say is that it does give that clean girl feel. Now, okay, so this one, it's so hard to describe this one because for me, of all of them, this one could come off the most bland, but at the same time it has a presence. It's weird. It's giving rice paper, so rice milk like it says, but I thought when I originally got this, I was thinking it was going to be more like a rice pudding type of rice milk, like a sweet rice milk. But this one is not sweet. This one, it's very, I feel like it's unisex. It's giving me this laundry feel. That's what I think it is. That's why it puts me in the mind frame of clean girl, because it's in the laundry feel. And so for some people, I feel like this one is really going to boil down to your skin chemistry, whether you're going to like it or not. Because I think for some people, it's going to just come off as the perfect neutral scent. That's going to give you something. It's going to give you an air, but at the same time, it's not going to lean too aggressively in any direction in terms of fruity, gourmand, or anything like that. It's run of the mill. It's not even that floral. It's just run of the mill, like adding this laundry day kind of feel to your scent trail, if you will. And it has good performance. It lasts. But this one is not a safe blind to buy. If you don't like it, you ain't gonna like it. I'm trying to tell you. I'm growing on this one because for some days it does call for something that's just neutral. And it's Switzerland. You know what I mean? And so let me read y'all the notes for this one because I don't know if I'm making sense, okay? Now the notes for this one are top notes of lily of the valley, hazelnut, and bergamot, which is interesting because I don't smell none of that. But oh, anyway, middle notes of rice, milk, musk, sweet almond, orange blossom, tuberose, and rose. Yes, I'm getting the middle notes and maybe a hint of rose. Maybe a hint of rose, but those middle notes, that's what I get with this one. Heavy on tuberose, musk, sweet almond, heavy, and the musk, heavy on those notes. And base notes of musk, vanilla, cashmere wood, cream, cedar wood, and amber. So yes, that's what this is putting me in the mind frame of a tuberose, wood, almost woodsy, clean wood, that cashmere vibe. I get the cashmere vibe in this one. So let me tell y'all what word on the street said. Word on the street for this one said, what they say? This one was very polarizing, apparently, on the streets. And I haven't seen a lot of reviews for it, but I find it very interesting. And I can attest to why it would probably be polarizing, because when I got it, I was highly disappointed. And I was like, it don't smell like what none of these people was telling me it was going to smell like. So I was a little perturbed. So I feel better and feel more validated hearing what ChatGPT had to say. It says, positive reviews describe a cool, watery, lightly nutty rice milk, almond milk, clean baby skin, or a soft powdery cloud. Complaints include musty, damp, rancid, spoiled milk, or gasoline-like facets. Projection is generally described as soft. Longevity reports range from short to 7+ hours with moisturized skin. For me, this lasts on my skin, and sometimes I wish it didn't. But again, it's growing on me. It's one of them, man, take it or leave it. But that's enough for this one. Let's move on to the next one, okay? Now, the next one on the list is one of 3 that I'm about to talk about from one of my favorite affordable dupe-ish perfume houses. And that is none other than Julianna's Perfumes Velvet Mirage. Now this one, if you're not familiar with Julianna's perfume, it's almost like a dossier or like an alt fragrance type of brand where they like to replicate and produce a lot of inspired by fragrances, but they also have their own original blends, which I love and adore. And I think this one is one of their original blends, and it's called Velvet Mirage. Oof. And this one, my God. Okay, Deanna, stop. Okay. This one is a unique one in that it is clean girl to me, but it also has these spicy facets. Not even spicy. I wouldn't say spicy. What I would say is it has saffron in it. And saffron gives like this almost sweet, spicy aspect to a fragrance. So for me, it's like I wouldn't put saffron in clean girl category. However, I feel like this scent leans clean with an addition of some saffron to spice it up and add a little twang to it, if you will. I don't know if that makes any sense, but let me read y'all the notes to this one. So the notes to Velvet Mirage is top notes of saffron, cotton flower, and almond. Middle notes of ambergris, jasmine, and cashmere, and base notes of white musk and ambroxan. So if you are somebody who is sensitive to ambroxan, this may not be the one for you, because this is leaning heavy on the musk and the ambroxan and all of those molecular notes that clean girl fresh fragrances tend to have, if you will. But I love it. Oh my God, I haven't been wearing this one enough. This one is just this pretty, smooth, almost elegant and expensive feeling. This one gives an expensive feeling vibe to it. You not basic. You not new to this, you true to this. You know, it's giving me almost a niche fragrance feel. It doesn't put me in the mind frame of any type of a designer fragrance per se, But it's like almost if you were to take another 13 or something like that and add in the saffron and some almond. So there wasn't much on the internet in terms of buzz around this one. I haven't heard many people talk about this one, but this one was one of the ones I decided to get because it was one of the ones that they sent samples of. So like when you order fragrances from them, they'll usually send you samples of one of their other creations or original creations, and this was one that they sent, and I liked it. It was like warm, kind of clean in a weird way, but I loved it. It's one that I feel like is worthy of getting your nose on. There's not going to be much chatter about this one, but it does put me in the mind frame of another 13. Now, on that topic of another 13, the next one on my list just so happens to be 13 of Hearts by Julianna's Perfume. Now, 13 of Hearts, it's most clearly and inspired by fragrance of your girl, another 13. Now, this one, they did this one. This one is going to give you another 13, but a sweeter take on it, in my opinion. When I smell this one, I'm getting all those molecular notes, that Ambroxan vibe, and I'll read the fragrance notes to y'all. It opens up with top notes of pear, apple, citruses, middle notes of ambrette, meal, jasmine, moss, and base notes of isoe super, helvetolite, cedarlox, ambrotolite, and a whole bunch of other lights. I don't know. A whole bunch of made up stuff, right? But it's giving those made up molecular type of feels. And this one actually doesn't list ambroxan, which I'm surprised about. But what I like about this one is that it does give me, if you know what another 13 smells like, it's one of those things where it's fresh, it's simple, it's your skin but better. That's what that one's giving. And this is giving the same thing, but it just adds a sweeter take on it with those fruits in the opening. Now, I don't know if another 13 have fruits in the opening, but that's what this one puts me in the mind frame. And baby, it got a dent. Compared to all my other fragrances, because I don't listen. Yeah, I need to start getting through my fragrances. But this one is one that is my go-to for every day. I need to run an errand. We popping this one in the bag, and we moving, and we keeping it pushing. You feel me? Now, the stuff that it said, that the word on the street said, is very limited. But, of course, people are comparing it to another 13. One person said that it smelled better than Montang, another 14, which I'm assuming is another inspired by, but it didn't perform well. And they said somebody said the formula is built around diffusive aroma molecules. So it could be that you're going nose blind to it. Now, this one, I will say, I go nose blind to. And I put this one on, and I went to the doctor's office, and I messed around and wore it to my allergy doctor. And she said, yeah, you know how you can't breathe in your nose? Maybe it's because you wearing stuff like that. And I said, ma'am, hold on. I ain't asked you for all that. I know I asked you to help me breathe, but I ain't asked you for all that. And I just so happen to be wearing this. And she said, it smells nice, but it smells strong. And it got me. And I'm like, it smells strong. I don't smell nothing. So this one you got to be careful with. You could go nose blind to it. It's a quiet beast, if you will. Quiet beast. But I love me some 13 of Hearts. Let me move on to the next one so that we can keep this thing pushing. So while we're still talking about Julianna's Perfume, the next one on the list is none other than Ring of Daydreams. Now, Ring of Daydreams is an inspired by fragrance of Valaya exclusive. Okay, so not just the regular Valaya, the exclusive. Now this one is giving laundry. This one is giving, so this one I would say is giving Valaya exclusive with some added fruity notes. Matter of fact, let me look up the notes. This one is a little bit sweeter than Valaya exclusive to me, and from what I can remember. But Valaya exclusive, I don't know, felt a little bit more toned down than this for some reason. I feel like there's a little bit of an edge to this one that I can't remember now. Last time I smelled Valaya exclusive, I was like, nah, I don't need this, because it was just, for some reason, it just disappeared into my skin or something. I don't know. It was missing something to me. Although I'm not also a fan of the original Valaya, which is weird because the next one on the list, I'll address it when we get there. Yeah, because y'all might be like a little confused. But with this one, Ring of Daydreams opens up with top notes of almond, mandarin, and bergamot. Middle notes of powdery notes, orange blossom, white flowers, and base notes of vanilla, akigali wood, sandalwood, and ambroxan. So again, ambroxan, if you're sensitive to it, don't mess with this one because it's very heavy on the ambroxan. And also, I think the fruits that I'm picking up are those fruits at the opening, the mandarin and the bergamot. I'm definitely picking up on those, and I feel like I really want to get my nose on the original Valaya exclusive to really give you guys a better lay of the land. But yeah, for me, this is a great inspired by. Is it gonna give you the same? I don't think from a longevity perspective it's giving the same thing as the original per se. But it's a nice inspired by. It's under $50 again. And so if you're looking for a good alternative, and that was another thing, I couldn't find that many dupes. There are so many dupes of the original Valaya, but there are not that many dupes of Valaya exclusive. And so for me, I was looking for one of Valaya exclusive specifically because I did like aspects of it that was like a little bit more toned down from the original. I feel like it's more smoothed out than the original Valaya. The original Valaya feels very perfumey and harsh to me in my nose. And so the Valaya exclusive smooths that out a little bit, but I felt like wasn't worth me paying $300+ for. So I wanted to dupe and inspired by, and I got this one and I'm happy. I'm cool with it. But while we're on the topic of Valaya and dupes of Valaya, the next one on the list is none other than my favorite dupe of Valaya, which is Private Blend Musk Ice by Khadlaj. Now this one made me like the Valaya DNA. And I never been like a fan of Valaya, but like when I smelled this one, I was like, am I not a fan of it? Was it really that I wasn't a fan of Valaya? What? You know, or did I have amnesia? What's going on? Because this one, oh my God, I love this one because I feel like it's amped up on that peach note. And let me not lie to y'all. Let me make sure it got peach in that mug. Yeah, dude. Okay, so it opens up with top notes of bergamot, mandarin, middle notes of lily of the valley, peach, orange blossom, and base notes of musk, moss, vetiver. And so with this one, it's really amped up on those fruits. And I think that's what makes me like it so much. I feel like it smells like what I wish the original Valaya smelled like. Now, for this one, I feel like this is another one that I probably go nose blind to, because I remember the first time I sprayed it on my skin, it lasted through the night because I sprayed on my skin probably around 4 p.m.-ish. And by midnight, I still smelled it on me. And I was like, oh yeah, I need to go get me that. But when I got it, and I don't know if it's because it just needed to mature a little bit more and sit and settle, But when I got it, I feel like I don't smell it after, I would say, the 3 or 4 hour mark. But I love it so much that I just top it off because why not? It's less, again, less than $50. It do right by me. It's giving me what I need to get from the Valaya, and it's just, for me, it's more pleasing to my nose than the original, in my opinion. Now, I don't know what y'all think. Let me see what the word on the street is about this one. The word on the street said that some people get airy white florals and clean linen, and others find it mature, headache inducing, or extremely strong. Performance reports conflict significantly. Yes, I can attest, because even with my own experience of this same fragrance, I had conflicting performance each and every time I wear it. So yeah, this is one that if you like the Valaya DNA, I think it's worth trying. If you're like, have a bottle and you want to save your, your juice, I think this is worthy to add into your collection and probably wear and layer with the original if you like it. Otherwise, or for some of y'all, if y'all don't like the original Valaya DNA, or you haven't smelled it, or ambroxan is something that you're sensitive to, I don't know if you should mess with this one. And did I say this one had ambroxan? I don't remember. But I just know this one, those molecular notes can throw you for a loop. So I would say this is very heavy on the musk, but at the same time, it's just bright, and those fruits just pair well with this one. To me, I believe it's chef's kiss. But let me move on to the next one before I have y'all here all night. My God. All right. So the next one on this list is one that I have talked about before, very briefly, but it's one that captured my heart. It has not let me go. And that's none other than Lumière de Jour. I don't know if I'm saying that right, y'all, by Moroccanoil. So this one is the, girl. This one is your sweet, innocent, pretty girl. She's just so, like, you just love you some her. She's chill. She don't gossip. She don't do the most. She mind her business. But she's just so sweet. Like, you love to have her around. That's what this one is giving. Because it does have the original Moroccan DNA, but it's just more toned down in a fresher version of the original perfume, in my opinion. If you did not know, Moroccanoil has their own fragrances. This is the second one of the two. The original one is going to give you that original Moroccanoil scent. If you haven't smelled that scent, it's like this heavy perfumey type of you got your hair done scent. So it's how you smell when you leave the, like, in the best way, when you leave the hair salon and your hair smells so good. That's what the original smells like, and it's like a heavier and more intense version versus this one. I feel like it's more light and it's more florals. It's playful. It got a little bit more fruit to it. It's just doing a little bit less, you know what I mean? But it's a pleasant scent. It's one that I love to just, mind you, like, all of these I just be layering because they just so non-aggressive that I just be feeling like I just gotta spray them on. But this one I love layering with all my other clean girls. This one is gonna be like a floral feel that's gonna probably be like more a toned down version of Peace and Love. That's what it kind of reminds me of a little bit. Not for real, not that you're gonna smell this and think Peace and Love, but it's gonna put you in that same mind frame. So if you know what that smells like, it's giving that type of essence. If you know what Moroccanoil smells like, think about if you combine this Moroccanoil, the original, what that smells like. If you have any of their shampoos or their oils or whatever, imagine that with Peace and Love, and it's lighter, a little bit more toned down and chill. Like almost like Delina La Rose is to the regular Delina. That's what this is to the original Moroccanoil scent. But yeah, it's one that I love. It features top notes of rock salt, fig leaf, and juniper. Middle notes of orange flower, jasmine buds, tuberose, and base notes of white amber, luminous musk, blonde woods. Okay, so it's a woody tuberose floral girl with some fig leaf in the juniper. I think is interesting. So it's very heavy on the florals, very floral, but I guess that fig leaf is what's sweetening it up because there's something in this that's sweetening it up. The fig leaf and the orange flower, something is sweetening it up because it's definitely a sweet girl, but it's so heavy on the floral. So if that's something that you're into, I think this is worth checking out. Now, this one is not going to be under the $50 mark. Okay, it's more gonna sit right at 105, but you know, still under 150. So if that's something that you're interested in, I highly suggest that you try this one out. And let's get into the next one. Oh, FYI, before I move on, I would like to point out that word on the street is that generally it's luminous, green, soft floral, office friendly, right? But the longevity is a recurring complaint around 2 or 3 hours. I will echo that. The longevity ain't really there for that one. But it's such a pretty one that you just like, will just probably re-up and it's cool. You know what I mean? For me, it's like from if I'm like, it's a hot, smoldering day, I'm not trying to be doing the most anyway. So I think it's good for that. But yes, longevity, not so much. It's meh. But anyways, next on the list, we are going to be talking about none other than Glossier You Soie. I don't know how to pronounce that, y'all. Please forgive me. But this is the one that I was talking about where I was like, oh, I actually have one that I'm about to be talking about that ends with Soie. So soy or whatever you call it. I don't know. And that's none other than this one. Now, for me, I love the Glossier You type of line. It's for me, it's just the most effortless, bougie, clean girl who got a Birkin bag, but she running errands in her Hummer, right? She's wearing this on a running errand type of day, but she's rich, right? That's what this gives me. I don't know why, but this one is gonna put you in the mind frame if you know what Glossier You smells like. But this one is like those, but this one is on the solar end. So it has a solar note that's featured in it that just gives it more of a summer feel to me. That solar note is also in Tom Ford's Soleil Blanc, and I love that solar note. So that's what this kind of, not that this smells like this, not at all. This smells like your every run-of-the-mill molecular your skin but better type of scent, but it gives that same effect and feel as the Tom Ford Soleil Blanc to me and my notes. Let me know if y'all disagree. But this one features top notes of bergamot, heart notes of rice milk, tiare flower, and evening jasmine. I didn't know there was an evening jasmine, but evening jasmine, and base notes of ambrox, right? So this one, again, if you don't do the ambroxins and the molecular notes, a lot of these that I'm talking about is probably going to annoy you. I'm so sorry. But that's what this one is giving. Your skin but better, light, clean, love it. Other people, let's see what they have to say. Word on the street is that people describe it as jasmine milk tea, creamy rice, soft, clean laundry, and warm skin scent. This is what I expected more of rice milk to smell like. I thought it was going to, rice milk was going to give me a sweeter feel. Now, this is not sweet by any means, but there's just something more girly about it to me and more feminine and soft. The biggest complaint is performance or partial anosmia, meaning nose blindness. And I could say that, I will say, after a while, it kind of, you forget about it. I don't want to say you forget about it, but it becomes this soapy feel where it's just the essence of what you felt in the first 2 hours of wearing it kind of dissipates. So again, but it's one of the ones that I'm like, if I'm trying to smell your skin but better, this is one of my favorite ones to grab. And I don't know if I'm going to upgrade to a full bottle for this one. That is to be determined. These next two on the list, they might have to get a little full bottle. One of them is definitely a full bottle. The other one I'm contemplating. This one, I think when I'm done with this one, I'm good, which is why I love trying fragrances that are more in that designer price point or niche price point. If I can, I like sampling them or getting travel size, because a lot of times with all the fragrances I have, I'm not going to get through all of them anyway. And a lot of the times, once I make it through a travel size, I don't need to re-up. I'm good. I'm not going to wear the full bottle. So I think it's worth a try if you are interested to try out the travel size, right? Let's not do the most, but let's move on to the next one, because I got to get to this word of encouragement. You feel me? All right. So the next one on this list is one that came from the infamous Kayali Freedom Musk collection, and that is none other than Freedom Musk Bouquet. Now, this one, when I originally got my nose on it, what was I saying again? Oh yeah. When I originally got my nose on it, I was like, nah, this is my least favorite. Because in my mind, I was already going in thinking that I wasn't gonna like the Bouquet one, because I'm not a floral girly. That's not what she wrote. That's not me. That's not my personality. I'm like the vanilla gourmand girly. So for me, when I smelled it, I was like, oh, the florals, it's too much. But it's cute. It's cute. It's cute. But as I went throughout my day, and as the wind blew and hit my skin, and then I got a whiff of the sillage and the scent trail behind me, instantly, this one became one of my top two. This one is second to the other one. I forgot what's her name. Latte. Second to Latte. But this one for the summer, yeah, she's been getting worn. Now, I've been trying to decide, now that they have the big bottles of these, whether to get the big bottle or not. And I just think that, although I love her, I don't think there's other fragrances that I want to try. And again, we're being very stingy with our coins around here. We are on a budget trying to get out of debt. We're not playing these games around these parts. We got goals. So I can't just be getting full bottles of everything. We got to pick and choose. But this one, if I had unlimited coins, would definitely be full bottle worthy for sure. This one is gonna be heavy on the florals. There is some vanilla into this. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and read y'all the notes. So it opens up with top notes of solar jasmine, ylang ylang pink pepper, middle notes of Turkish rose, vanilla musk, and base notes of praline, sandalwood, vetiver, and the Kayali signature Orchid. So for me, I think it's that mix of that praline and that vanilla musk, and how it pairs so beautifully with the ylang ylang and the florals in this. It's just so pretty, feminine to me and my nose. It's like a sweet, soft, airy touch to the most beautiful florals that is just, it grabs my heart each and every time. It captivates my heart each and every time. I love it. Now this one, again, for longevity, I don't think it's my favorite for longevity. Word on the streets is that fans describe it as a soft, creamy, clean, slightly solar white floral musk that works alone or for layering. I do like to layer this one. Common criticisms are that it becomes generic after a beautiful opening, feels too floral or vintage. I will say my first impression of this was that it's very vintagey, but once I wore it out and got a whiff of it in the wind, I feel like I got a greater appreciation for it. I felt like I underestimated her real quick. It's, some people say it causes headaches for them, or it does not justify the price. So again, for me, will I be upgrading to a full bottle? I don't feel like, because there's so many others that I like more, that I don't need to, but it's one that I like for sure, and I think that y'all like her too. But let me go ahead and touch on this last one. So this last one is another Kayali, and this one will have to get a full bottle eventually. This one will have to get a full bottle, and that is none other than Musk 12, the infamous Musk 12. Yes. This one is gonna be a full bottle for sure. I just gotta figure out when. I gotta plan it out right. Now I know she got a dupe out here called Kayali Musk. I know. If y'all haven't watched one of my videos where I said flag on the play, I had a bad experience with Kayali Musk. They did not refund my bottle, even though I found a little scary specimen in that mug. But it's cool. And so I'm still trying to figure out, if I want to give it another try. I did try another sample, but I was just like, I'm not in love with it. And I know some people say that it smells better than this one, but I'm like, we got different noses, because for me, the original, nobody can top the original. The original does something different for me. And the original lasts, and it just layers so beautifully with my other scents. It's like, it's so pretty, and it's sweet, and it's just beautiful. It's beautiful. Oh my God. Oh, let me read y'all the notes to Musk 12. So it opens up with top notes of freesia and lotus flower, middle notes of musk and jasmine, and base notes of vanilla and sandalwood. So it's very simple, yet so sophisticated. So sophisticated. This one is another, I feel like it's better than, it's a Your Skin, but way better. It is a little bit heavier on the vanilla. So I guess that's why I like it the most, because it's giving clean enough and fresh enough, but still has that sweet vanilla in the background with the sandalwood to just smooth it out and just make it a creamy, delectable, just scrumptious, beautiful scent. Do you hear me? Yeah, it's Musk is all she wrote. It's very simple, but I love it. And so if you are somebody who you love a good vanilla for the summer, but you're not trying to smell gourmand for the summer, and you want to smell clean, I feel like this is the cleanest vanilla you gonna get. The cleanest vanilla you gonna get. And I love it. Let's see what the word on the street is. Word on the street is that fans call it clean, creamy, watery, lightly powdery, freshly washed skin, and an excellent layering base. Okay. And the dominant complaint is very soft performance. Some users report only minutes or 2 hours. Others smell it for 6 to 7 hours. A minority get baby powder, mildew, salon chemicals, or dated white musk effect. Woo, yeah. For me, I'm getting a good 6 hours probably out of this one. A good 6 to 7 hours. It's good enough for me to want to upgrade to a full bottle, and that's all I care about. That's good enough for me. But yeah, that wraps up my 10 clean girl fragrances that I wanted to share with y'all on this channel, that have been stealing my heart, that I love oh so much in this hot, sweltering summer weather, because I'm in Houston, honey. And baby, it's not for the faint of heart. You just may faint. Okay, so with that being the case, I wanted to come and share the ones, my clean girls. Now, I do be a vanilla girly. I do be a gourmand girly a little bit. But every now and then, we got to be a little clean. We got to be a little easy around these parts. So that's that for that. And I wanted to wrap this video up with a word of encouragement. This one is very sensitive for me, because it's actually a word of encouragement for me. It's selfishly what I need during this time period, because God has been dealing with me and kind of showing me and nudging me in that he wants me to go in a certain direction. And I was just like, but God, I need guidance, because it don't make sense. I feel like Abraham, when you told him to go and just leave his land and go walk and go wherever you telling him to go, but not telling him where he's gonna go. And I'm like, Lord, I need to know where I'm going, because I want to trust you and all, but you got to develop that part of me. And he said, yeah, because do you trust me or not? And so this week I decided to start a fast. And immediately, when I tell you immediately, he started downloading this vision to me that brings me to tears when I think about it, because it's so far bigger than me. It's so far bigger than me. And it's going to require a lot of dedication, a lot of help, a lot of expertise that I don't have, a lot of money I don't have, a lot of resources I don't have. Like, currently, it's so far bigger than me. But it's so important. It's so important. And this week, I was getting caught up because I just been so caught up in things at work, things at church. I'm part of 2 ministries. I'm leading a small group. I'm doing all these things, and it even got me behind on making this video. And for that, I apologize to y'all. I'm trying to stay consistent with coming back to back with the weekly videos, but every now and then it feels like I get pushed off a day or two from my normal posting schedule, no matter how hard I try, because all these other things keep occupying my time. But I was planning to record on Tuesday of this week, but God started giving me this download of something he was telling me to do. And I had to stop everything I was doing, stop all my plans, and start executing on what God was giving me. And sure enough, with that, I was starting to fall behind on a lot of other things, or other people was asking me to do a lot more things here and there for church. And I started getting overwhelmed because I'm like, oh my God, I can't handle all of this. And I started feeling guilty because I'm like, oh my God, I got to handle this stuff for church, and I got to handle this stuff for God. And I had to pause, and I had to say, your assignment, Deanna, is your assignment. If you get caught up in the things and the affairs of this world, or other people's assignments, or other things that God has not given you, you are going to have the blood on your hands for what God has given you not getting executed. For example, when we think of Esther, and we think about how her people were about to be annihilated at the hands of the king, and she was the queen, right? And her cousin Mordecai had to come to her and say, or her uncle, I forgot, but Mordecai had to come to her and plead with her on behalf of her people and say, listen, you need to go talk to the king. And she was like, if I go talk to the king, that could be my head. And he was like, but maybe you were appointed for such a time as this. And if Esther would not have been willing, obedient, and a humble servant, and went to do what she needed to do, literally heads would have probably been on her hands. You feel me? And so I feel like there are people here where you have an assignment that God is asking you and trusting you to execute, and people's livelihoods are contingent and in the balance of your obedience and your execution, but you have yet to prioritize your assignment. You've been putting other people's assignments above your own. And I'm talking to me. And a few years ago, I kept having dreams after dreams after dreams of me God giving me this mission. And then I'm starting a mission, and then I get off tour because I get detoured because somebody will come and ask me to do something for them. And so then I'll be like, I stop that, and then I'll go do that thing for them. And then I'll try to get back on task with the assignment that God gave me, but then it would be too late. Literally, in one of my dreams, literally a bomb went off and lives were lost, literally because I was not on my assignment. And I was reminded of the passage in Nehemiah where he had this conviction to go and rebuild the wall to Jerusalem, right? He was working in the king's court. He had favor with the king, and he was informed of the state of Jerusalem, and he was grieved, and he had a burden to go back and build that wall. And he beckoned to the king like, hey, let me go and build this wall. And the king showed him favor and gave him what he needed to go and build that wall. So he started building the wall. He had a whole task force together. He put people up in different posts. He was serious about getting this thing done. And fast forward, the wall is built for the most part, right? But then that's when we get to verse 6. That's where we get to chapter 6 and 1, where it says, Sanballat, Tobiah, Geshem, and Arab, and the rest of our enemies found out I have finished rebuilding the wall, and that no gaps remain, though we had not yet set up the doors in the gates. So Sanballat and Geshem sent a message asking me to meet them at one of the villages in the plain of Ono. But I realized that they were plotting to harm me. So I replied by sending them this message. I am engaged in a great work, so I can't come. Why should I stop working to come and meet with you? And this is what I have to say for those of us who like to people please and like to stop what we doing, what we got going on, and prioritize the things that we know that need to get done for us, and we put everybody above us. I need you to hit up everybody that's distracting you from your assignment and your purpose with, I am engaged in a great work, so I can't come. Why should I stop working to come and meet with you? Because here's the thing. It's because of Nehemiah's great work on that wall that we have a wall standing and secured centuries later, that the Messiah, that the King of the kings was going to ride in on a donkey into that same city that was secured by that man's faithfulness. And he saw, just like my dreams, people will come and they will ask you to do stuff. And then if you read on in the story, they started making up all this stuff. They started trying to guilt trip him. They try to start saying, you're going to be in trouble with the king if you don't do this, because we going to tell him that you over here plotting on his dad. Like all this type of stuff. They were determined to get him off of his job. And meanwhile, if you don't have discernment, you will think, oh, I should be doing this stuff for them because I want to be kind. I want to show that I'm not selfish. You know what I mean? I feel like they need me more than I need myself, or whatever the case may be. My stuff can wait, when whole time they plotting to harm you. They plotting you to get you off post. Whole time the enemy sees that God has assigned you something. He sees that it's a threat, and he's trying to take you off your rocker, your assignment. And the whole time you thinking that you're trying to be nice and kind, when they were sent from the pit of hell to take you off of what you got going on, because they see that what you're working on is a threat. Am I talking to somebody? And maybe they are the type of person that tries to hit you with the, well, you ain't got time for your mama, you ain't got time for this, da, 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 da. Those the ones that may be manipulating you, making you feel bad for not dropping what's important and what's been entrusted with you to go help them and do all those stuff. Those are especially the ones who may be intentionally or unintentionally, their hearts may be pure, but they are being sent from the pit of hell. If you know that there is something that is way more important that you're supposed to be working on, that you're not, because you're attending to the affairs and the distractions of others. Okay? Now, I know this is only for a specific amount of people. God's commissioning. This is the time he is calling his people up. He is raising his people up. When we look out and we see the tomfoolery that has happened, the wars, the rumors of wars, the ghetto that is on the news every single day, do you not hear me? This is an urgent time where there's going to be a great following. There's already a great falling away happening, where people are walking away from Christ, walking away from the one who can save their soul, walking away from the one who is coming back, because they are looking at a distracted people bickering, arguing about stupid stuff, caught up in the affairs of this world more than they're caught up in the affairs of the kingdom. Listen when I tell you. And I'm so grateful for each and every one of you guys that have been on my channel, that have rocked with me, that have supported me and held me down. And I thank God that he graced me with this. I consider this a ministry. But he revealed to me that he's calling me to go deeper. He revealed to me the wall that he's calling me to build. And by God, all godly means, that wall got to get built. And this is where I need y'all help. God has given me this vision of a business that is going to combine my love for fragrances and my love for him. And he's so kind to be able to entrust me with this. And this business is going to cater to those who are fragrance lovers, those who are Jesus lovers, those who love the things of fragrance and the things of the Lord, those who are Bible nerds, those who love your journaling, those who love your devotionals, those who love your highlights, your this, your that, but also the ones, if you feel me, who love your fragrances, you love your fragrance trays, you love your organizers, you love your merch. You feel me? I'm going to have something I'm building for y'all. But it's not just going to be a store. It's going to be a movement. As a matter of fact, it's going to be a ministry. Because what I see God has given me is he wants this to grow into something that could one day house physical, that could one day turn into physical locations where we have a fragrance bar in the back and we have a cafe in the front, and then we got an area for studying, an area for journaling, and all the lovely things that we love, but also it has rooms for small groups, for ministry, places where we can host classes going into biblical literacy and all of the things. This has far beyond what I could imagine and far beyond what I know that I can handle on my own. And what I need for you guys to do is I need your input. I need to know, what do y'all like? What do y'all wish was on the market that's not currently serving y'all? I need y'all to join the wait list for this business that I'm building, y'all, because I need us to start a movement that's not only going to cater to the fragrant things of life, like the attractive things of life, to the pretty things of life, if you will, but it's also going to cater to the soul. It's going to be candy with medicine in the middle. You feel me? It's going to hit on the deeper issues of the fact that we need to be drawing people to deeper in love with Christ, y'all. At this time, it's like I feel the urgency, and I don't know if y'all feeling it too, but I'm feeling a shift and I'm feeling the urgency to bring people closer and deeper to Christ, not church people. Because church people will have you thinking that Jesus is corrupt, evil, trifling, just like these church people. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm a church person too. Let's hold ourselves accountable. But we need people to know their Bibles. We need biblical literacy. And I want to create a space where there is a hunger and a thirst for that. And the whole concept of the business is just like how when you have a whiff of somebody's fragrance and you stop them and you need to know what is that you're wearing. We as Christians, we should have a fragrance on our life that stops people, that makes people stop us in the track and say, what is it that's on your life? I need to get me some of it. And we need to be able to point them to Christ. So that is the movement, that is the vision that God's gifted me. And y'all, I'm just asking that y'all please join the mailing list, join the email list. I'm going to be giving y'all sneak peeks of what's to come, of the merch that I'm about to drop, of the journals that are on the way, and I'm about to be giving y'all insider knowledge of the different products that I'm working on, and I need y'all help and y'all feedback. But I want my community to be the one who's giving me feedback on this, y'all. So please join the wait list. Opt in. If this is a vision that you want to help me see move forth, I ask that you please join the wait list. Join in, give me your input, email me, let me know what you would love to see in the fragrance community. Those on the email list will get my insider thoughts of what I'm thinking about putting together, so y'all can let me know if it's a yay or a nay. But yes, y'all, this is something that goes beyond merch and beyond fragrances. This is ministry, and I'm asking that if it's on your heart to join, please join. But yeah, I'm about to be coming with the content now. I'm gonna have to hit back Instagram and TikTok back up, so we gonna be coming with that. But y'all, let's get on this wall. Let's get on the wall. Get on your wall. Whatever God has assigned for you, there are people and lives attached to you. And so that's how I'm going to close out this video. I know I had y'all on here so long, but I hope it was so worth it. Until next time, bye.